Hello everyone and welcome to Quantum Universum. In our first encounter with Tafti, we discovered that dream and reality are not so different and that both function like a movie that flows, frame by frame. But if reality is like a film, who decides what gets projected? The three postulates from the first chapter are summed up by Tafti as follows. Whether in sleep or in waking reality, you are asleep. Both dream and reality are the movement of a frame. The movement of the frame can be controlled, but you don't do it. In the second chapter, Tafti reveals a key concept to help us learn how to direct our lives. The concept of the two screens. Understanding this distinction will be like opening a window onto the true nature of reality and our power to transform it. Get ready, we are about to change perspective. As in the previous video, I will read the key passages and give you the analysis right away, piece by piece. Let's begin. Original text. You do not control your stupid dreams or your miserable life, first of all because you are asleep, and secondly because you don't know it is possible. Explanation. Here Tafti is blunt. Her words are strong because she wants to shake us, to pull us out of illusion. We live passively, both in dreams and in everyday life, not because we're incapable, but because we are asleep and we don't know we can wake up. In other words, no one ever taught us that we can change things. Original text. Let's start with the simplest thing. What is sleep? Explanation. This is the real question. Not night sleep, but the sleep of consciousness. Tafti is now going to help us understand what it truly means to be awake. Original text. Well, you have two screens, one internal and the other external. And in addition, you have attention. Explanation. Here is the heart of the chapter. The inner screen is the world of thoughts, mental images, inner dialogue. The outer screen is what we see outside. Events, people, stimuli. Attention is the remote control. It decides which screen we focus on. Most people don't even know they have control over this remote. Original text. Tafti continues, referring to attention. It is always either inside or outside, and very rarely is it in the center. That's why you are always asleep. Explanation. Attention is polarized, either completely inward, lost in thoughts, or completely outward, absorbed by the outside world. But the power point is neither here nor there. It is in the center, in the neutral and present point. And it's precisely this lack of centering that keeps us asleep. Original text. When you sink into your thoughts, your attention is completely immersed in the inner screen. You may not notice what is happening around you and act mechanically. Explanation. How often are we completely absent, lost in our thoughts, while the body acts by itself? You drive without remembering the road, walk while thinking of something else, reply automatically. This is inner sleep, absent presence. Original text. And on the contrary, when your attention is taken by something external, you forget yourself and again may act uncontrollably. Explanation. Even when you're too focused on the outside world, on a problem, a person, a situation, you forget yourself. You act, react, but without awareness. In both cases, you are asleep. Original text. This is exactly what sleep is, an uncontrollable state in which your attention is immersed either in the outer screen or the inner one. Explanation. Real sleep, according to Tafti, is precisely this, loss of control over attention. We are only awake when attention is conscious, centered, guided. Original text. Remaining in this state, you are defenseless and unable to control yourself or what is happening to you. Explanation. As long as we live in this mechanical state, we have no power over reality. We can't make conscious choices. We are, as she said in Chapter 1, passive spectators in a film directed by someone else. Original text. In this sense, sleep and dream are not the same thing. Sleep is a state of anabiosis in which you find yourselves. The dream is what you dream, either in the dream space or in the real space. Explanation. Here, Zeland makes a distinction. Sleep is a passive state of consciousness, a state of disconnection. The dream is the content, what happens, whether it's during the night or in waking life. In both cases, if we are asleep, we don't direct the dream. Original text. Reality and the dream are, in essence, the same thing. Reality is also dreamed. Reality is a dream, and the dream is a reality. Why? You'll understand soon. Explanation. This is one of the most powerful lines in the entire book. Zeland tells us, reality is a shared dream, built from what we collectively give attention to. And just as we can become lucid in a dream, we can become lucid in reality. Only then can we begin to direct it. Original text, and now let's move on to the instructions. Explanation. So far, Tafti has helped us understand how the sleep of consciousness works. But now, we enter the heart of the practice. It's time to take action. Original text. To wake up in the dream or in reality, you must withdraw your attention from the external or internal screen and shift it to the center of consciousness. Explanation. This is Tafti's awakening technique. The key is not to remain trapped in thoughts or external stimuli. The PowerPoint is the center, that inner space from which you can observe both screens without being pulled into them. It's there that you find yourself again. Original text. You can do this easily, says Tafti. Snap your fingers near your nose. Then, where were you a second ago? Explanation. This is a simple but very powerful gesture. Snapping your fingers interrupts the automatic flow of attention. It's a small shock of presence. It brings you back to the here and now. And immediately after, she asks, where were you a moment ago? This question forces you to relocate your consciousness, to notice if you were scattered inside or outside. Original text. Find the midpoint between the screens. Explanation. You don't need to eliminate thoughts or the external world. You just need to find the point of balance. That midpoint is the witness state where you can observe everything without identifying with it. Original text. From this point, you can observe both your thoughts and what is happening to you. Explanation. It's like standing up in the projection room. You're no longer glued to the screen. You can watch what's happening outside and what's happening inside simultaneously. And that changes everything. You become aware. Original text. You can see the reality that surrounds you and yourself in this reality. Explanation. This is true awakening, seeing yourself while you live, noticing yourself inside the scene. You are no longer just the main character, but also the observer. This is where the ability to transform your life begins. Original text. Nothing prevents you from watching both screens at the same time. It's something you are perfectly capable of doing. Explanation. It's not a power you need to acquire. You already have it. It's just a matter of training your attention. The ability to be present to yourself while observing the world is natural. You've just forgotten it. In this chapter, Tafti shows us the mechanism that keeps us asleep. We live between two screens. The inner screen, made of thoughts, emotions, and reflections, and the outer screen, made of stimuli, events, people, and situations. Our attention constantly jumps between these two screens, and when it gets stuck on one, we lose presence. Awakening happens when we bring attention back to the center, to the point of consciousness. It is there that we can see both ourselves and reality at the same time. A simple gesture like snapping your fingers can break the automatism and bring us back to the present with the guiding phrase, I see myself and I see reality. Now that you've understood how the two-screen mechanism works and have started to experiment with centering consciousness, you're ready to go even deeper. In the next video, we'll enter Chapter 3, A Walk in the Dream, where Tafti will guide us practically on what to do to really begin directing reality. If this path resonates with you, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, and stay with me on this journey of awakening. Remember, you are learning to dream consciously with your eyes open.